Welcome back to another episode of the Harrogate Town Realistic RTG career mode here on FC25, where today we sit mid-table in the Premier League after a weird run of form. We started the season off winless in like the first 6 or 7 games in the league. We then went on to win 4 in a row, I should say. But no, was it 3? I think it was 3. No, it was 4 in a row. It was 4 in a row. We won 4 in a row. Then we lost to West Ham United in our first real test as they were sitting third. They now sit second. And then we drew against the bottom of the table Leicester, and at the end of the last episode, we drew 4-4 against Arsenal. So we now sit in 11th. We are 18 points. We are 6 points off of the top 4. They do have a game in hand. We are really only about 10 to 11 points off the top spot in Wolverhampton Wanderers. On today's schedule, though, we do have a gauntlet. We actually have a lot of good games in today's episode. We have the Carabao Cup quarterfinals against Burnley. We have a game against London rivals in Tottenham. I don't know, not Arsenal. It's not London rivals at all. We have a game against Newcastle. We have a game against Liverpool and a game against Fulham, who sit 9th in the league as well. So some very good games coming up in today's episode. We do have our FA Cup round 3 fixture round as well, where we have Bristol City. That won't happen until tomorrow's episode or Monday's episode. Where we also have Liverpool, Tottenham, and Man United back to back in the league. So that'll be interesting. We're gonna start with simulations against Crystal Palace, against Rhymes, and then we'll play the first game in the episode, which is going to be against Newcastle. We'll sim through Burnley. We'll play Tottenham. We'll play Liverpool. George is obviously out for a majority. He might be back by the time we get to Liverpool. But other than that, it's Gonzalez and Barton who has to lead that left-hand side. And so we start against Crystal Palace, and which is a 3-2 loss. See, simulations just never go away. Cox on a brace, though. And the simulation against Stutterhams will start now. A win here puts us in a very good position to finish in the top 8. And Dibbling takes the lead for Stade Rams. 1-0 for them. And Stade Rams win 1-0. We decided not to jump in and just let what happens happens. And here we go. Harrogate Town versus Newcastle. Simic into Sonny. And Sonny Cox now on the ball. Sonny Cox, block shot. Dirdoff, Golding. Back out wide for Dirdoff. In for Sonny. Sonny now near foot, and Sonny will go near post, not near foot. Near post for Sonny Cox, and Harrogate Town take the lead, 1-0. He'll get his back after a poor pass. He'll find Dirdoff. Sonny Cox. Gonzalez will make it 1. No, he will not. He'll make it 2. We already scored 1. That's right. It's 2-0. Dirdoff out wide. Dirdoff. You can make this a riot here. It's Dirdoff. It's a heavy touch. He'll lose the ball. DeGrief now. Or Golding, I should say. Into DeGrief. DeGrief into Gonzalez. And Gonzalez from top of the box is a good save. It's out for a corner. Dirdoff on set corner. Simic on the header. No, it'll fall for DeGrief. He'll take a touch and then he'll volley it and it'll go in. And DeGrief is auditioning to stay as a number 1 cam. It's Harrogate Town 3, Newcastle United 0. And the boys are flying to start this game here against Newcastle. Dirdoff. Sonny Cox is in behind. Sonny Cox saved. Rebound. Dirdoff. I just said 2 names in one, and it fell for Furhold again, but instantly losing the ball again. And Gonzalez now. We're going to have enough room here to make it 4. It's Gonzalez. It's Sonny. He's going to turn. He's going to spin. He's going to shoot. It's blocked. It's halftime 3-0 up here against Newcastle United. Phil Foden, Alexander, Isak gets 1 back. It's 3-1. Steinberg, Isak saved by Simon, out for a corner. If they score before 80 or 75, there's a chance they could draw a level in this game. If they score before that, there's a chance they theoretically could win it. Alexander Isak header off of the corner is just wide. And Mr. George is back, but he's down a rating. He's go from 85 to 84. Maybe we bring him back here a little bit prematurely. Did not think he'd be back before Newcastle, but we put him on the bench, and on the bench he goes, and now on the field he goes. And George gets taken out, and his first action is getting a penalty, and Harrogate Town to restore that 3-goal lead. And you know what? George will get that pen because he got it. Welcome back. The good thing is Simon has taken over as the highest overall, 85. So we're not losing a rating come the January transfer window, which is good. It just means our chances of 86 kind of deteriorate. Isak spins. Isak shoots. Blocked. Castledine, a former player of Harrogate Town. I looked at him as a possible Cam return replacement for the Grief. He's 89 overall, so he had a decent jump going over to Newcastle United, so that's obviously not a possibility. But Sonny Cox out wide to George. I will force feed George at the moment, to be honest, to try and get him back in the starting lineup, to get him back being fit and maybe 85 overall. George. Leo out wide for Phil. Phil Foden. We are also starting to get to the point where Alexander Isak makes a header there, but we are starting to get to the point to where youth generated players are going to possibly creeping into this team. I am trying to keep it as real life players just to keep it real life players, but these real life players are unknown anyway, so we might as well go to pre-gens, regens, and the sorts of that, because there's a couple of decent guys that are in that 24, 25 age mark that are 85 overall as a Cam, as the other positions that we're looking to improve on. But the real life players, the younger ones like this age range, aren't the best. It's kind of the older guys that are at 86, 87, 85 that are deteriorating that are going to be the options realistically, and I just don't want that. Froholt out wide for Durdov. Durdov now over the top for Sonny Cox and on the volley, and hopefully I keep that whole bit in the video now. There's a real possibility that even got cut. Harrogate Town 5, Newcastle United 1. Absolute riot here against the Magpies. Golding. And that is full time. Harrogate Town 5, Newcastle United win. Win? 1. We will simulate through this game here against Burnley in the Carabao Cup. We'll jump in if need be, but hopefully the boys can get the job over the line. And Burnley take the lead here. We'll give it to 65 before we jump in. And we shall jump in. Going into handball. Simon trying to reach him, and it might fall off. Oh, he had a wide open net, and he hit the post. And Pedersen is coming on for Sonny Cox. It sounds outrageous, but Sonny Cox needs a break sometimes. And handball's free kick is wide. To Grief. Out wide for Alex Hope if he can get there first, which he will. And Alex Hope now is in behind. The defender just kind of let him get to her. The shot is saved. Point blank at the keeper, but it'll fall for Pedersen. He'll draw level. And the striker that doesn't get much game time, a pre-generated striker, a youth generated striker I should say, could be on the way out as well in January as we look for a better backup option for Sonny Cox, because Pedersen just isn't getting the game time. And he's obviously not growing hence to that, so we might look for better options. Which makes me think the only pre-generated player that might have a chance here is Mr. Alex Hope, because he's actually quite decent. Aka cross comes in, plus 2 minutes to try and win it, or it will go to a penalty shootout. Alex Hope now out wide for George, maybe no, intercepted. It was a bad ball. It was a bad idea. It's a penalty shootout for the trip to the Carabao Cup semifinals. On the line here, penalty shootout. And it starts with us taking up, and it starts with Alex Hope going bottom right to try and start things off here. He slots it away. Harrogate take the lead. It's Sukic, who I'm actually interested in possibly coming into the team. I think he's just a little too high overall, or maybe worse. Theo Hernandez to make it 2-1. Yes, Harrogate Town 2, Burnley 1. Ramsey up next for Burnley. They're going to go the same way. They do go the same way. They just go up top this time and not down low. It's 2-2. Froholt, we're going to go the same way as well. Top left, and it's 3-2. Harrogate Town take the lead back. It's handball now down the middle. No, he goes bottom left again, of course. He hits the water bottle out of frame. George now back from injury, down the middle, and George will slot his away. Perfect penalty so far for both sides. Who will be the first one to spill up? And it will not be Burnley yet, at least. It will fall to Pedersen, the equalizer. He's the reason why we're in a penalty shootout, and he'll extend our lead to 1. A perfect 5 for 5 for Harrogate Town. It's Rosh going to go perfect 5 for 5. I'm going to go left, and they're going to go right, so I'm going to still go right. He still goes left, and it's 5-5. And it is now the sudden death of the penalty shootout, where Daniel Gore slots his away. Surely you got to go right at some point. I'm going to go left, and you go down the middle. So you finally don't go right. Or left, I should say. It's DeGrief, and that's a little bit hard. And DeGrief will go top right, and DeGrief blasted into the corner. Pierres now on the ball. Pierres will go left middle as well. They've been going that way for 6 out of the last 7. Bayamula, center back, bottom left, and Bayamula puts his away. Sunday now. Sunday, he goes left, and we finally save it. Burnley stayed the same way for 7 out of the 8. We finally saved the last one, and Harrogate Town are not Wembley bound, but we are Carabao Cup semifinal bound. 2-leg affair for us coming up in January and February. And so Harrogate Town versus Tottenham at the Tottenham Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But the only good thing about the club is they got a decent stadium. George back in the starting lineup after coming back from injury. This is his fully fit first game back, at least for us. It's George. Cox back heels it for George. First time finish. Save. Rebound. Vicario will get to it. Corner comes in. It's Krupa. It's in. It's Tottenham 1. Harrogate Town 0. By Mula into Durdov. Durdov into DeGrief. DeGrief into Fro into Golding. Golding into George. And George now is in behind. And George will take the lead. Harrogate Town 1-1. Sonny Cox to make it 2. Hits the inside of the post. It goes in. Durdov is in behind. And Durdov saves. Sonny Cox rebound saved. DeGrief shot kept in play even though it was off target. DeGrief cross comes in. And it's halftime. 2-1 up for Harrogate Town. Durdov is in behind. And Durdov now. Durdov near post. Saved. Corner. Oh, and Simeone is in behind. It's saved. It's Theo trying to clear it. Can't do so. Shot comes in. Saved by Simon. Rebound. Blink card. Side netting. And Omega gets the ball back. And Omega now for Tottenham. Cross comes in. It's blocked off. It's dealt with. DeGrief out wide for Durdov. And Durdov now down the right-hand side. And Durdov curls it wide. Krupa to equalize at the depth. It's 2-2. And we drop a very important 2 points. A very, very important 2 points. So we drop at the depth. And here we go. As if punishment wasn't enough against Tottenham bottling that away, we are now taking on top of the league, Liverpool. Probably should have played for him to close out this episode, but we'll get punished by Liverpool here as Liam Delop is able to put out a shot for a corner earlier in this fixture. Liam Rodrigo in Liverpool lead 1-0. Simon tried to make the save, but he pushed the ball in the back of the net. DeGrief into Sonny. And Sonny now. Mr. Cox. Sonny Cox on his left foot. 1-1. Harrogate Town. Draw level. Hufford. Yones. Liam Delop. As soon as I'm yawning, Liverpool attack and Liverpool score. Yones. Orlando. Ipswich. Not Ipswich. Liam Delop. And Liam Delop makes it 3 for Liverpool. Orgrado, Rodrigo, 4-1 for Liverpool. We are going to just do one of these. A 4-2 loss. And coming into January 1st, we have a very, very, very massive month here. Chelsea in the first leg of the Carabao Cup, Bristol City in the FA Cup. We are gonna try and win the FA Cup back to back. We'll try and do that. Was it back to back? No, we won the Carabao Cup, right? We won the Carabao Cup back to. We want to win the Carabao Cup back to back, I believe. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I gotta check. Liverpool, Tottenham, and Man United. We probably won't play Liverpool away from home. We'll probably let that one just go out. We'll definitely try and get back against Tottenham, and then obviously the Champions League with that loss now. These last 2 games are coming important. We are playing against Barcelona and RB Leipzig, where RB Leipzig is actually technically the tougher team in the draw at the moment. They sit 4th. Barcelona is all the way down in 21st, alongside Real Madrid down in 20th. And at the moment, Real Sociedad would be the first team out. So there is that. So some interesting things down there in the mixed of the Champions League. So hopefully we can get that. Where Arsenal are perfect 6 for 6 so far. We are sitting around mid-table to lower half of the table here in the Premier League. We sit 13th after halfway through the season. I have a lot of work to do on the spreadsheet wise. Next episode, some transfers will be happening before that Brighton game. Some positions will be improved on. We're going to look for a backup striker. We're going to look for a starting right back. We are going to look for possibly another left back, as well as Theo Hernandez is just completely deteriorating, and possibly a Cam replacement, as George is now up to the 85. 85 is the max overall, with Simon getting there at 85, and then obviously George was at 85. Could be at 86 if he hadn't got injured for that month long, and he was on great form before he got injured, so that is unfortunate for him. I will see y'all on Monday for the next episode. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.